Hey guys, my name is Ryan Lee. I'm a co-founder here at Society. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we help our partner book more qualified appointments consistently. There's no fluff, just strategies that actually work. So if you're already currently working with us, awesome. Just make sure to watch the videos in order. Your progress is tracked at the top left-hand corner of your screen. And if you're new here and you want to find out more about what we do, just click the link in the description below. You'll be able to see our full process. And if it seems like a good fit, just book a call with us. Let's dive right in. Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the most important thing but misunderstood thing about appointment setting, which is handling objections. Because most people fear up or they panic when they hear something like, "Oh, I'll think about it," or "It's too expensive." They don't know what to say. But I'm telling you right now, that's just one step closer to a yes, because it's our job as an appointment setter to find out what's making them hesitate and just guide them through it. So we're going to be talking about why people hesitate. I'm going to let you know right now, if they clicked on your ad, they submitted a form, or they sent you a DM, they are definitely interested. People don't just ghost you because they're not interested. They're just hesitating. There's three emotional blockers, which is fear, cost, and anxiety. Fear, as in like they might think that it might not work on them, or they're scared of the side effects. Cost, thinking they don't know if it's worth the price, or they don't know if they can afford it at the moment. Anxiety is just they don't want to make a decision that they're going to regret later on in the line. So our job is to guide them through with clarity and care. So they're not a cold lead. They're just people that need a little bit more support to cross the finish line, as in getting them actually booked in. So now I'm going to be talking about two framework that we use. So framework one is feel, felt, and found. This is used when someone actually gave you a concern, like what they're concerned about. So you'll say something like, "I totally understand how you feel. Many clients felt the same way at first before they saw their results, but they found that once they get started, they were glad that they didn't wait." So this is just a super simple example that I'm giving you, but this works because you're validating their concern. You're showing them that they're not alone, and then thirdly, you're also showing them that real life example and real life outcomes that they could achieve with the treatments. The second framework is used when they're hesitating but they haven't told you why. So this is when you actually have to ask question. So an example question, a super straight up one, would be, "Can I ask what's holding you back?" And once they respond, you acknowledge it by saying, "Totally get that. It's a very common concern, yada, yada, yada," whatever you want to say. But at the end, you redirect them and say, "What might help you feel more confident?" You're just trying to ask why. At this point, you're not really trying to sell. You're just trying to help them think it through and then make sure that they make a decision they feel good about. That's the most important part. Now we're going to go into one of the top five most common objection. So I'll think about it. This just means that I'm not sure if it's worth the money. you know so we'll offer them to send a short summary. Ask if there's something that they're unsure about. Something I would say at the bottom would just be like, "I totally understand, it's a personal decision. Would it help if I sent you a short summary to review everything before deciding?" So you're keeping the doors open, and always make sure after every objection you let them know that, "Oh, I'll give you a quick follow-up in 24 or to 48 hours," or you say 1 to 2 days. So give them some space so they can actually think about it. Second objection: it's too expensive. They're just not sure if it's worth it. They have the money, but they don't know if this treatment is actually worth the price. So show them value. Don't just jump to discount. Explain the long-term benefits and offer payment options. So an example that I would say is, a lot of our clients felt the same way at first, but after seeing their results, they said it was 100% worth it. And let them know, we also offer payment options if that works. Payment option is one of the most important things a med spa need. Whether it's Cherry or something else, a third-party payment processor, because with the payment processor, you get all the money up front and they deal with the payment plans, of your lead. And also it's good for the lead. It's a win-win situation because the lead then don't have to spend $1,000 upfront. They can do $200 for, X amount of months, but you get the $1,000 upfront with a small fee, of course. The third objection is, "I need to talk to my husband." Translation just means I'm not ready to decide alone. I would usually offer them a summary to share. So I'll say something like, "Hey, absolutely, I always recommend going over and getting a second opinion. Do you mind if I send you a quick summary? And I'll just give you a quick follow up tomorrow in case the both of you have questions. And you always let them know you'll follow up. Follow up is the most important thing in appointment setting. Don't be afraid that you're double texting them or you're following too much. You know, until they said no or stop texting me, I would just keep following up until you get a solid answer. But at this point, I need to talk to my husband. You still give them some space. Make sure you're like in all your messages, don't be too pushy. Always keep it professional, but also know that you're speaking to a person, and don't turn it into a sales pitch and really try to get the sale and get them to come in. You want to do it in a very natural way where they feel comfortable. So yeah, the fourth objection that I'm going to be going over is, can I call you back? This basically just, I want an easy way out. They want to get off the phone, and in response, you have to ask them if there's anything that they need to clarify. So I would usually say something like, no worries at all, just before you go, is there anything I can help you clear up while I still have you on the phone? And this is just a way to make sure that no stones are left unturned. And you will obviously, same thing, give them a quick follow-up in 24 to 48 hours. The last objection is it safe? Basically just means that they're worried about the pain or the side effects. And usually these type of people have never done a sex treatment before. So you really, really, really need to reassure them with safety protocols and credentials. So what we usually say, or what I would say, is great question. Safety is definitely our number one priority. All treatments are done by trained professionals using FDA cleared technology. You can say advanced technology, whatever you want. And we will guide you through everything step by step during the consultation. So just really, really reassure them. Let them know that this is 100% safe, and make them feel comfortable coming into your clinic, and make them feel comfortable with you as well, as the if you're the technician that's going to be doing the treatment on them. And basically building trust. This is where you build trust. And this will be it for today's video.